Hey there, health seekers, what's up? Welcome back to my channel where I'm talking about how to boost your energy, mental clarity, focus and health, or how not to die when you're 31. In this video I would like to share my experience with OMAD, intermittent fasting, and how it affected me. Over the years I realized very strong connection between what, when and how much I eat and how it affects my mood, energy levels, sleep quality. I'm on intermittent fasting I think like since university when I was 18 years old. Back then I didn't give a fuck about health at all and about nutrition. I was eating everything, but the first thing that I unconsciously done for my health was embarking on intermittent fasting. I just started to skip breakfast because I didn't want it. I was not hungry in the mornings and I could stay without food until 2 or 3 p.m. without any problems. Only like 7 years ago I discovered this thing like intermittent fasting. So basically most of my life I'm not eating breakfast. I usually eat 2 meals a day. And for me, first part of the day when I'm energized, fresh, after sleeping, I'm not really hungry. I'm able not to eat too much in my lunchtime, but my dinner, second meal, usually for me it's kind of problematic because I go back home, I'm tired, it's the end of the day, and I need some happiness, some piece of dopamine. And for these purposes I usually use food, ended up overeating. That was actually my worst habit because I didn't realize how much it affected to my sleep and how I gonna feel next day. We people like to use food as source of joy and happiness, not as primarily fuel. We're fucking junkies. Yeah, we like to eat because we're depressed, our life kind of sucks. But yeah, that's another topic. So not eating the breakfast for me was not a problem at all. And that was another level for me, to skip dinner. And I was intrigued by OMAD last couple years. I have some friends who tried it and were really amazed by its results. But my mind was always playing tricks on me, telling me, oh, you're gonna feel like shit without this delicious dinner. This is the only joy in your life, you will feel like shit. Actually, I skip dinner once a week doing 24 water fasting. Twice a month I do 36-hour water fasting. And you know, I'm the type of the guy for whom not eating at all is much easier than limiting yourself in food. And the right time has arrived this April, recently, when Muslims and Orthodox Christians have their fasting activities. I decided to join this worldwide fasting party, let's call it like this, and also challenge myself with OMAD to fight this dinner demon. I did my 36 water fasting before this challenge. I ate 2 meals next day, which were just light vegetables with some avocado, and I started. On this challenge I decided to be on ketogenic diet because some experts says that it would be easier to be saturated, your glucose level are stable and you won't be hungry like when your sugar is jumping. Keto also could help reduce some cravings which caused by carbs, and as a crazy experimentator, for sure I decided to try this theory, to test it. Yeah, don't believe nothing, even me. All this bullshit until you try it and it worked for you. If not, it's bullshit too. And I was eating my meal between 3 to 5 p.m. and I recommend not to do it later than 5 p.m. because your digestive fire is on fire, and after 5 p.m. all your organs or your digestive system is ready to fall asleep and it slows down and it's just becoming difficult to digest any food that consumed after 5 p.m. or something. The earlier you eat, the better. But I also don't recommend to eat before 12 p.m. because your body naturally cleans itself. Basically our body works according to these circadian rhythms. You know this stuff for sure. I like Buddhists because they're smart guys and definitely know something. They always tell, don't eat after sun goes down. That's very true. So my main insight of this challenge is the connection between food and my sleep. I used to have very huge sleep problems. I had severe insomnia. I had video about it, how I healed it by using water fasting, prolonged water fasting, but it's different topic. And also the reason why I didn't want it to eat before 3 p.m. because this for me, for my body, it's a sweet spot. And if I eat this time, I give my body the time to digest it, to make sure I will fall asleep with empty stomach and my body will be regenerating but not digesting this amount of food I eat in once. We all know that we shouldn't eat heavy meal before going to bed, and since I freed my body from this digestive work, I started to wake up energized, with positive mood, and my body is naturally synchronized with circadian rhythms. I've always been considering myself as an all, like I'm night person, I'm creative man, musician. I like to spend some time in the night on working on some stuff. I have spike in energy, but it turns out that's not true. I just wasn't living according to the nature. And once I stopped eating in the evening, because my usual second meal was around 8, 9 p.m., sometimes 10, I gave my body a big favor. Probably that's the main insight of this challenge. Eating late is very, very bad, and it was my worst habit. It made me feel horrible next day. Usually in the mornings my energy levels are high. I'm pretty productive, I'm doing my stuff, and I wanted to have my tasks finished before I start eating. Because after eating I usually have a little bit low of energy. If I overeat, I feel not a little bit, I feel really low and I don't wanna come back to my tasks. So I wanted to make sure I've done everything for this day. And what's a great way to finish your tasks? By having delicious meal, one meal, just good feast. Usually between 10 or 12 a.m. I felt kind of hunger attack. It feels like my energy low, my mood sucks, and I wanna eat. But I was not given into temptation to eat because usually in hour this hunger is gone. Probably this caused by cortisol spiking in the mornings, or it's kind of transitioning from glucose to ketones, because usually this lacking of glucose always feels like tiredness, fatigue. I recommend just push through it. Don't go for food. When I was feeling those symptoms, I just put aside all my laptop and stuff. I just lay down and wait. In an hour, it's gone. It's like a switcher that turns you into this fasting state. And after it happens, I don't feel tiredness. I feel very clear. My mental clarity is high. I have focus. Mood is good. And no hunger. So it's like a light bulb is turning on inside you. And I was not even hungry until 3 p.m. I just started to eat this time because I'm not on prolonged fasting, I'm on OMAD. And yeah, after eating, usually I have down in my energy. Let's talk about cons. So every other day I was overeating. Because it's hard, it's psychological thing, you know? You finally start eating and your mind says, man, this is your last meal for today. Eat more, eat more. The next meal gonna be only in 24 hours. And yeah, you overeat eventually. You eat more than you need. That's why I usually felt tired after eating during this challenge. But there are 2 tricks that I could recommend. First one, tell your brain that this is not your last meal for today. Hey brain, this is not your last meal for today. I have some moderate amount, but you must digest it. In the evening you will have another one, don't worry. But it's a lie, and it works. And it's okay, because your brain is always lying to you. And the second trick, drag out your feast time. Because basically OMAD is 23-1 intermittent fasting. You have this 1 hour window. And I usually started my eating window with some protein shake with hazelnut milk. Sometimes I put coconut oil. In an hour I start my main huge meal, but I'm not as hungry if I was without this first small meal. I'm not like Cookie Monster jumping on this desirable food that I was waiting whole day. So yeah, these are the tricks I've discovered. Also, I would like to say a few words about keto. Today I was eating keto, eating mostly vegetables, some salmon or eggs with avocado, different oils, pumpkin oils. And I didn't have energy for my sports activities. I play beach volley, and during the game my heart was playing 220 BPM death metal and wanted to jump away. And I decided to reintroduce the carbs. And yeah, with carbs, everything became alright. My energy came back. So probably I'm not type of the person who can perform sports activity on ketones. Because I also heard that there are some people who feel weak on ketogenic diet. So write a comment, how do you feel during the ketogenic diet? On keto, I felt better mentally and I slept less. So yeah, experiment. I have some friends who are good on keto. In my case, obviously, I need some glucose in my muscles to be active. And last 20 days, I was mostly on vegan meals. I was not eating any sugar during this experience. And in general life, I'm avoiding sugar because I truly believe that's one of the worst things you could do for your health. I had a lot of vegetables, some healthy carbs, oils, healthy fats are must. The topic most of the people concerned is for sure weight. How is your kilos? How is your pounds? And in my case, fortunately, I stayed the same. But if your goal to cut some weight, you will definitely do this. Some of my friends tried it and they have pretty good results. To be on the safe side, maybe you can do keto and it will definitely help. So that's what I wanted to share with you about OMAD. I'm glad I've done this experience and it was not as hard as my mind made it to be. I definitely feel good impact of my health, and my main insight of this challenge is skipping the dinner have very beneficial effect on my sleeping, because your body not busy all night by digesting this food that you put during the day. It has time, money to repair itself instead of digest this amount of food. So without dinner on this challenge, my sleep became much better. I was feeling much better and lighter in the mornings, more productive, and became morning person, which I was never considering myself. So make your evening meal, if you have one, at least light, because during this challenge I truly realized that was my baddest habit. Like smoking, the same thing. You poison your body because any food that you put after 6 p.m. is not going to be digested well. So thank you if you watched until the end. Hit subscribe button, hit like, write a comments, write about your OMAD experience or any other crazy fasting experience. We're all health seekers here. Stay tuned, stay healthy, experiment, listen to your body, and be happy on this wellness journey. See you.